RPM Trade Vietnam in this bitch. What up? I'm gonna need a sound check from whoever comes in first if I can. If I get a sound check, that'd be good. This gonna be a short live stream because getting to be an old man hurt my back man, actually a while ago. But I've done something to re-injure it. Didn't really take much. And now it's taking me a while to recover from it. So got a little back pain, but can't let that stop me. I'm gonna get out here and do the open carry this weekend while we got time. I got to do more of them. Before I know it, it'll be too cold to do these in no time. So I'm gonna have to get up to it. Got to do the damn thing. Get out here whenever I can. Shout out to all my followers, my subscribers, people who really rock with me, because it take a lot to rock with me. It take a lot to rock with me for real, because I can't even be what up, Mikey? I can't even get popular amongst people who have bought guns. Some of these motherfuckers be acting real funny. You got like gun snobs and shit, and baby ass beta male bitches. People that even they rock with gun ownership and they understand the importance of it, and still they will say that they don't like the AR-15 open carry thing. To think that it's okay for me to have it and to really embrace that right, and then express some patriotism when you're trying to convince me that you are a Second Amendment advocate. Soon as you say Second Amendment advocate, it makes me feel like you are okay with open discussion to possibly change how we view gun rights, but I think that they're undebatable. So to even step into an arena of debate about this, I think it's silly, it's dumb. Why give a damn? Why give a damn about what somebody may or may not be able to convince a bunch of people of? I don't give a fuck what y'all convince each other of. Don't none of that shit matter. The gun is mine. Gun rights are mine. And when people say Second Amendment advocate, I expect to find from some angle a point where you will sound like the anti-gunners, because you will expect control of how we do this gun thing, and you will want government to help you do it, whatever that is and whatever it means to you. That's what I think of when I hear Second Amendment advocate. Yeah, I should have way more followers. It's just crazy. I would imagine gun owners, that anybody who bought a gun would love me. That's what I think. I don't know why you wouldn't. How would you be so serious to actually buy a gun? Is my sound good? Is this coming from the mic? Is it good? Hopefully it is. Sounds good. All right, thank you, Rick. Oh, well, hold on. You were saying, what's up to Mikey? Can I get a sound check? Can anybody confirm that the sounds is good? Good. Thanks, Rick. It's just super important that we call this exactly what it is, because wherever they can find you falling apart in what it is that you're describing, because they take words very seriously. How you choose to address these things and the words you use are very important to them. You think it's a game like it doesn't matter. They take every word that you say seriously. And when you say Second Amendment advocate, they think that they have an opportunity to talk you out of something that I'm telling you is undebatable. That's why I'm not a Second Amendment advocate. My gun rights are not up for debate. I don't care about meeting with y'all inside of no fucking courtroom about nothing. I didn't even come out here to try to convince the government or the police of any fucking thing. I came out here to dare them to stick to their oath of office and stay the fuck out of my way while I do this work. That's what I came. That's the only thing I need to say to them. They'll never come up and talk to me. Do you think that it will make any sense at all that a police officer will walk up and talk to me to air his grievances about what it is that I'm doing, or even to allow me to ask him anything at all? Get the fuck out of here. I'll make a cop look like a bitch on camera. They'll never talk to me because I'm going to go right to the heart of what it is that they got going on. I would want a police officer to describe to me where the fuck it is that he got this power to rule over me, because if he was my neighbor and he did not have this job, everybody will say unanimously that it would make no sense for you, Mr. Police Officer, to point a gun at me to try to convince me to do anything that you say, especially when what it is that you point a gun at me about is wishy-washy, because it'll change depending on what other group of people will get into another room and make decisions about how to change it, if it needs to be changed at all. Then when they change their minds or what the objective is, you change what it is that you will or will not point your gun at me about. All of that shit sound fucking funny as fuck. You talk about human life here. It can't be left up to silly shit like that. Y'all can't even keep y'all fucking story straight from one state to the next about how this Constitution is supposed to go. Don't talk to me about no fucking Constitution. You will get lost in the sauce dealing with that stuff, man. Damn. So tell them that you are a gun rights activist, not a Second Amendment advocate. Because then they go, oh yeah, well, we got some arguing to do. I'm out here to tell them that there is no arguing, bro. It's way too late. I already got this shit. Somebody wants to take this shit from me. I don't give a fuck what y'all write on the magical paper. If you want to take it from me, you're going to have to mean it with your life. The fuck out of here. And that's what they telling y'all. Hey, y'all want this freedom, you got to mean it with your life. Because while you just sit around, they will run over top of you. They will fool you. They will bully you. Are you kidding me? When this country really moves in some direction that the powers that be do not want it to go, they will shoot a sitting president in front of everybody. You think they give a fuck about how you're going to vote? Let that vote even appear to look like it want to drive this shit away from what it is that they wanted. They going to smoke somebody. They going to smoke somebody, buy their ass or scare their ass or something. But they don't give up nothing. They don't give up a goddamn thing. You fucking weirdos. What up, Wildcat 31? Mikey in this bitch. Crack that code. What up, Amy? Now check this out. This was funny to me. Hold on, I know YouTube don't like the sight of firearms on a live stream. I best not taunt them. I don't need no more strikes on my channel. What it is that you can kind of vaguely see when I back up is what you got, but y'all know how I'm coming. Got the 300 blackout. Got the 300 blackout on me today. Speaking of that 300 blackout, this is a pistol. ATF, kiss my dick. Don't talk to me about nothing about how long my barrel is or where on my body I choose to create a point of contact so that I can effectively fire the firearm in defense. That's my whole story. That's what the fuck I bought the goddamn thing for. 43 years of life, I ain't never hurt nobody. I'm not going to be considered dangerous and worthy of all of the bullshit that the ATF want to do to people about this car pistol. I don't deserve that shit. So in your fucking commands and shit, they not even laws. All I hear is threats. ATF, stay the fuck away from me, bro. For y'all get y'all dumb ass smoked out here. No one has to listen to you. No one has to care. I don't got to care or like or listen to nobody. You got to earn that shit. All this default ass fucking gov love bullshit. The fuck out of here. I default dislike they ass very much. And then it takes almost nothing for me to go one step further. I do wish death on all of their asses. I don't care. I don't have to like them. Y'all be taking things lightly. When the government writes something on paper that they want you to do as a law or whatever, there's an underlying threat to your life about that if you fight against them, they'll kill you. I don't got to sit there and let nobody threaten me just because they indirectly do it. But if you go through the procedure or whatever cops are trained to do, you will see that in every fucking scenario you can possibly think of where the cops got to address you about your firearms, what you will find is that their response to you resisting will be them killing your ass. And that's at the end of every fucking storyline to every fucking law that they write on the books, period. Stop ignoring the shit like they did not, and like they never threatened you. If I see a cop drive past you, that is a fucking threat, bro. It's a threat to even drive by here. Especially if you took my money to buy that car, that gun. Kiss my dick. Y'all are all, you know, this was funny to me. I feel like I'm smart, but what I think that I am more than anything is observant and honest. I will look very deeply into what it is that I got going on. Putting these things together don't even really call for that much intelligence. All you need more honesty than you do intelligence, because a lot of this shit is common sense. I know that I'm supposed to own myself. Anything less than that is some form of oppression or slavery, period, especially when they make it very obvious that the threat of force and violence against you in order to gain this control over you is very present, is in your face, and they make you look at it, and then they want you to respect it, to salute it, to maybe even send your kids in that direction to possibly be one of these fucking minions of the elite. And they'll smoke your kids too, or they'll smoke your ass right in front of your kids. They don't give a fuck. Cops show up to a traffic stop or any place. People will watch the cops set up stops on the highway. They look for drunk drivers, who got license and insurance and registration. You've seen these cop stops before. That shit is super duper illegal. To be stopped in a country like this that calls itself free, to be stopped and then asked if I got my papers, y'all should be offended by this. I just don't respect guys that act tough that don't find themselves offended by this obvious stuff. Something wrong with you. There's got to be something wrong with you. And if there's not nothing wrong with you, then mentally, like if you don't have any mental defects, if you have no mental defects, then I'm telling you that your intelligence and your honesty and your observation is inadequate. You got to step your game up about that stuff. Look at what you're dealing with, call it like it is, and then just ask yourself, what is it that anybody could possibly expect after being treated like this? What do you think is going to happen? What up, Zach? What do y'all think is going to happen when you have a country full of armed people who want to be free, and the only thing standing in front of between them and their freedom is their own government? Russia not standing in front of our freedom, are they? Is Uganda standing in front of our freedoms between us and the freedom? I don't think so. Is Canada standing between us and the freedom? Nah, no, they're not. Canada full of fucking pussies. They gave their gun shit up. They fucked up. What about Mexico, for example? Are Mexicans to blame for a loss of freedoms in this country? Fuck no, they are not. If Mexico wants to fight us as a nation to tell us that guns need to be controlled in the way that they say so, we will fight them, telling them that they should have never opened their mouth in the first fucking place. Who the fuck do they think they are? But if those same commands come from DC, y'all act like for some reason we're supposed to open the doors of discussion to allow them to fucking speak their piece about that shit. Fuck no. DC ain't supposed to tell us nothing about the fucking guns. It's the one thing out of maybe 2 or 3 things that they cannot do. They're not supposed to do. A government can't even be a real bad government if the people are armed. If a government that looks bad to everybody, and you know everybody on both sides are disappointed, and every grievance that they got on the left side towards the right and vice versa, I agree with all of it. That's why I say the whole thing is fucking trash, you asshole. It's because they're all right. They're all right enough that this fucking country deserves a revolt. The government just deserves a revolt. It's crazy. If you understand the money system, you would know that they have done something to not just black folks, to everybody. What they did with that money, man, white skin not gonna save you. White skin is not gonna save you from what the fuck they gotta do to us to get from the money the way it is right now in this digital currency they want. Super easy. Honest observation. If you understand how the money system works, where it came from, how it got here, and what it is that they are doing with it in regards to the digital currency that they want, all you got to do is hyper focus on that until you understand it all. Look into Gematria, first of all, because it's going to give you a foundation that's deeper than the surface level shit. And what it does, it puts the fucking cherry on your fucking ice cream, is what the Gematria does. Anything that you think that the average American has already seen more than enough reason to distrust the government. If you put Gematria on that shit, you're going to go, I knew I was right. I knew y'all was some snake-ass crazy people, man. I know y'all was weird, bruh. And look at you. So weird that you would do this ritualistically, and they have to do it ritualistically. They think that this is all a big fight against humanity is what it looks like. This is the world is full of a belief in a God. Whenever people, athletes, or anybody do something amazing and they're successful at it, very often you will hear or see some kind of salute to whatever spiritual faith that they have, that they believe might be the source of their success. When you look at the military-industrial complex, the banking system, governments, entertainment, sports, and all of this other shit, if all of those people in charge of all of those things have one faith in common, then you know that they are thinking something, one thing actually, for their success, the highest levels of success on planet Earth, so much so that they control the entire flow and manifestation of reality by the things that they control. That's how deep it is, and they are very successful, and they all believe one thing. It's impossible for me to look at this and then never address what it is that they're going to think when they thank their God for the success that they have over controlling planet Earth. I'm going to take all that shit seriously, and there's a fucking answer. Learn Gematria, look into the Titanic, a book called what is it? Is it Futility? What's the name of the book? I know Zach know what it is. I always mix the word with something. The Clash of the fuck, god damn it, Zach, help me out. I get out here and I just get the fucking going, and I keep on fucking mixing all my shit up. There's a book written 10 years before the Titanic ever set sail that the story is so eerily similar that it'll blow your mind. So much so that some of the make-believe, it is Futility, the Wreck of the Titan. That's the name of the book. Came out 10 years before the Titanic even set sail. There are victims that died in the book on this magical sea vessel that's supposed to be unsinkable. The chick got out there and then it sunk. First voyage. In the book, they named some of the characters and some of the victims that died in the sinking of the ship. They got the same name as some of the people that died supposedly for real on the real Titanic. Quit playing with me. Look into all of that. Check the Gematria everywhere you go on this, because on the surface level, at a level where you slow motherfuckers can actually jump in and really understand what's happening. Start on the surface. The eerie coincidences can be made to look very ritualistically intentional if you know Gematria. But find that book, Futility, Wreck of the Titan. Look into the entire conspiracy theory, everything you can find on the Titanic and what that was about. Look at the J.P. Morgan and all of the opposition that they had to try to establish a central bank in this country. When the Titanic sank, all of their opposition, all of their financially fucking super duper wealthy opposition to this creation of a central bank in America, man, they all died. And then what happened shortly after that? They went down to Jekyll Island off the coast of Georgia in this fucking country and created the Federal Reserve, which ain't even federal. If you look into all this and you go, damn, the money fucked up. And then you apply to Gematria, you go, oh, they planned it. And then you understand what the money system really is and where it's got to go, especially when they already broadcast it. They broadcast all of their punches. And y'all still be getting punched in the fucking face, goofies. Fuck out my life with that bullshit. If you can't run this shit like this, if you can't understand the Gematria effect, you bugging, bro. You're not going to be able to talk to me until you reconcile this stuff. Put all that shit together and watch what you find. You're going to find a healthy distrust for government. You're going to know that everything they do to fuel all of their bullshit, when they're using this fucking phony ass money as the fuel for this shit, you will distrust and disrespect everything they fucking do, bro. And you will realize that white skin not going to save you from what the fuck it is that they have to do. It's foreshadowed a long time ago in their game what it is that they have to do in order to get this digital currency. They got to wreck the money. They got to wreck it on purpose. It was built to fail. They know that it's about to fail. They got to grab up all of the resources and all the control that they can while they have time. And then when they crash it, they're going to throw us into a digital currency that's going to be so invasive to your privacy that they're going to say, if you want us to save you from this economical crash, you have to get this digital currency. And then you will do it out of desperation. You're going to do it. You're going to be scared as hell. And then when you join the digital currency, you're going to realize they can put a social credit score on your shit that if you're talking crazy, they can cut your bank account off. They can do a lot to control you once they force you into that. but they're going to make you scared and desperate as fuck. And then they're going to say the economy crashed. You got nothing else you can cling on to. We're going to save you, sorry motherfuckers. Get this digital currency. And then you're going to be stuck. That's what they're going to fucking do to you. And I'm watching it happen. I knew they was going to do this, man. Jesus fucking Christ. Y'all are crazy. You damn right, Mikey. Gematria proves everything that we can already see on the surface. Most people already got their fucking nose in the air. They got their magnifying glasses out. They being a good old fucking sleuth of fucking what's this motherfucker's name? Sherlock Holmes, and what's his sidekick name? You and your buddy, just like that. Act like y'all are truly investigating government corruption. If you want to know what it is, since your antennas are already up and you fucking buzzing the fuck out because you know something's wrong, find what's wrong on the surface, the things that nobody can even deny. You got to be an idiot to deny it, right? When you do that, and then you apply the Gematria to see if a coherent story is still being told through the people who have a stake in the claim of ownership and power over you, so that they can guide you in a predictable way, so that you could jump into the solution that matches the predictable response to the bullshit that they're going to start with you. It's called the Hegelian dialectic. When you create a problem, because you already got a predictable solution, when you know how the victims are going to respond, and then you happily show up with a fucking remedy that they're going to love you for, but you caused the fucking problem in the first place. Fucking weirdos. Shut y'all weird asses up talking to me, motherfucker. Zach got books and all that. And what's so crazy that it never ends. This shit is everywhere. From Huey P. Newton dying and when he died, to Kobe Bryant dying, to the day that Trump announced that he would be running for president. The first time. There's so much stuff going on that if they can get us to argue over the idea that Jeffrey Epstein died, but did he kill himself or did somebody have him killed? I don't think that motherfucker's dead. I wouldn't be surprised. You act like there's no way that anybody can fool you in that way. You are full of your ego. You full of your ego, man. You got to snap out of it. If they can get y'all debating whether he killed himself or not, they know that if they can get y'all like that, you not fighting or arguing that he faked his death. That he never died in the first fucking place. That's why they'll put who's the autopsy specialist with the glasses and the stringy white hair. He's been around forever, solving crimes. He's a fucking homicide detective that's a celebrity. He's a crime scene detective that's basically a celebrity because of it. Whatever his name is, Michael something maybe, I don't fucking know. Fuck him anyway. I don't care. But people know his face. They know who he is and they trust him. They will have a guy like him get on TV and go, I gotta tell you, these motherfuckers lying to you. That Epstein shit looked like somebody killed him. It looks like a murder. And he will make everybody go, see, we told you something was funny. But he will but him saying that kept y'all from saying, man, you lying to that motherfucker never died, bro. He never died, man. He never died. I think that's the trick, bro. That's why he got up there to do that shit, because I don't trust him. Why they put him on TV to say that? Because they know he's a trusted face and then you'll believe him. So he can help take you off the path. They act like you got Democrat or Republican. Like those are your options. No, freedom can be your option. Fire their asses, they're all evil. They're all susceptible to blackmail because they're all sexual deviants. Ain't no telling what the fuck they did. So once somebody can hold that over their heads, and then you dangle a little bit of reward or a threat over them, they will take the reward, play your fucking game, and help drive this country into a fucking shithole like they actually did. I don't trust any of them. How could you? They smoked Kennedy, a sitting president, in front of everybody. You think they went away? They never went nowhere. That power is still there, ready to smoke somebody else if somebody influences politics in a way that don't match their plan. Shout out to everybody in here, man. Frank the True Tank, Austin. Truth does not exist. What up, kid? Man, listen, hey, that just reminded me of something really, because y'all put y'all put the homies name in there. Um, does Gematria have explanatory powers of why something rather than nothing? Does Gematria have explanatory powers regarding morality? What's good and what's evil? I'm not quite sure if Gematria will play a role in that, but I can tell you what I think about what's good and what's evil. Let's go there real quick. Let's go there real quick. I think good and evil can be subjective, but you hold the power is that good and evil contains so much of the true freedom that in the manifestation of the true freedom, good and evil can't even be stopped. It is just going to be whatever the individual um, projects out into the world. Uh, so because good and evil is a byproduct of absolute freedom, it's hard for me to see that evil is bad. I can only say that the evil should warrant a heroic response from anybody who has the propensity for good to just try to combat it, because there's nothing else you can possibly do. So it helps me relieve the stress that I might have about my own death and all of that by saying all of this shit is going to be what it's going to be. Um, but I think the greatest good is for you to risk yourself, your public image, even your physical body. When you put that shit at risk to do something that's dangerous, when you have good intentions, I think that's the ultimate good, to sacrifice yourself uh, to do or say something that, if it were to come into fruition, all of your hopes and dreams by your actions, that it will literally make the world a better place, and that the evil might find you threatening. So then you risk your life and your well-being, or even being called crazy or dangerous. If you risk all of that to do something good and it is good, that's the greatest. That's the greatest love you can possibly do, man. Because I come out here doing what it is that I do. If a cop wanted to come out here and pick a fight, they probably could. If they wanted to get crazy, they probably could just force that without caring that they look crazy, just so that they can force the situation into something, and then it's just going to be what it's going to be, regardless of how many people cry about it later. That's fucked up, but I take that risk. And they taking a risk too. Because if they violate their oath of office to fucking violate my natural rights, I'm not going to stand by and let them do it. There's a good fucking chance he won't even be as armed as I am. The fuck? I'm gonna do what I would do if Crips rolled up on me talking crazy like they was gonna do something about what the fuck I got going on. Crip, cop, blood, GD, fucking. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I wouldn't care who you are. And we were all out here wearing the exact same thing, or wearing animal skin, and we were butt ass naked. You would know the bully when you see him. Because if I'm out here soliciting hugs and somebody come up here and act like they got a problem, they're the bad guy. There's no way out of it. Don't fucking, you're not going to be able to split hairs with me about this dumb shit. The real truth of the world is way too simple for y'all to be complicating it inside of a game that they will complicate the fuck out of. Say you lost some rights or something and expect for the great bulk of you to lay your shit down without fucking fighting them. That's what the Second Amendment is all about. They're going to trap your heart and soul in that shit and throw it in the trash can so they can see who's going to go with it. Somebody need help. I ain't do nothing to nobody. Well, speaking of the name shit, somebody asked me on posing for a picture. Very photogenic out here with all this shit on. What the fuck is you talking about? Somebody asked me why my name is RPM Trey Vietnam. Have I been to the Vietnam War before? Nah, I ain't that fucking. I'm getting old. I ain't that fucking old. Hell no, I ain't been to fucking Vietnam War. But look how arrogant and cocky and fucking disconnected to how the world's supposed to work. Look how disconnected you are as a fucking American to ask me that. When you ask me why I have a pseudo name of a foreign fucking country, it ain't even a fucking American name, word, country, or nothing. You don't get to fucking ask me nothing. When I told them what my reasoning, they kind of turned their nose up like, well, that's kind of like somehow I'm disrespecting U.S. soldiers that died in Vietnam because I call myself RPM Trade Vietnam, when it's the name of a foreign country that we don't own. I call myself whatever the fuck I want to call myself. Are you crazy? The arrogance, the disconnection about simple, basic ethical things. Why would that person who asked me that stupid ass question like that, with the attitude that the question came in, no less, who the fuck are you to try to go pick a fucking a master for me? You don't get to pick my master, pussy. Who are you? You don't get to tell me nothing, bruh. You don't get to tell me nothing. The greatest evil in the world is when the elite have all of the power and control and influence of all of the fucking resources, which is what it was always about. It ain't never been about black skin per se. Not exactly. The racial thing was a byproduct of what it was that they really wanted, and that was control over the resources. Because if Africa was populated with white people, they were still raping, pillage Africa for the resources. They don't even know. You think they would go, well, since some white people already got it, they can have it. You out your mind. You don't understand how the world works. They went down there with advanced weapons, advanced systems of organization, right? And they went down and said that if y'all can't iron this out, y'all don't realize that y'all walking on literal gold mines with all these resources over here in Africa and Europe, not Europe, but Africa and the Middle East and other places in the world too. Just plentiful in the resources. If they walking on the resources, they have no plans to master the utility in those resources. The people that show up to get that shit are going to think less of the indigenous people. And the best way for you to really do what it takes to rob them completely, not to start a partnership, but to rob them of the resources completely. In order for you to do that, you have to demonize and dehumanize the indigenous people. And they went, y'all are marked for fucking in a curse. Your brown skin must be a sign of a lack of intelligence, organization, or intent. While y'all walking on all these resources, give me that shit. And that's what they did. That's what it was for. It was always about the resources. Them being racist towards black people was a byproduct. That came after the fact, bro. They want all the materials to make this smartphone that I'm talking to you through so that they can be the rulers of the world. How the fuck do you think the CEO of Apple feels about the average person? You look like a money bag to them. They don't give a fuck about you. And they think what it is that they give it to the world puts them way above your consuming ass. You are here to consume. You didn't create shit. They don't think much of you at all. Y'all got people in your family that get a little money and think they better than you. You think the CEOs of these oil companies and shit don't think you a peon? They think you a dumb pussy. They think you ain't worth nothing but the money you gonna give them. Stop praising their asses so goddamn much. They don't care about you. They don't give no fuck about you, and you know it. Stop playing. Why you seem to forget though? You know what I'm saying is true, but you won't apply that shit to how you see the world. These oil companies and shit are in cahoots with all these governments of the world. And then they all play their role, they play their part. They all play their role, they play their part. What they need you to do is to be smart enough to make this shit go round and be dumb enough not to notice that you're getting fucked. It's your fault that they're doing all of this. Left-right paradigm ain't gonna free you from nothing. As black folks, we've been marching since the 50s and 60s and shit. They not gonna give you shit they don't care. It ain't about that anyway. You're supposed to be self-sufficient. But they want to put you in a state of dependency so that you never rise above them. If you depend on me and I keep you there, at what point are you going to ever act like you bigger than me or better than me about anything? You wouldn't be able to do that, really. You can see this in a parent-child relationship. especially if you got a child living in your house that's over 18, you instantly start giving him the responsibilities that you had to bear with raising him, or you tell him or her, what? Get the fuck out. Contribute or go. And they'll be 18, 19, 20 years old still standing in your house. You try to put a curfew on them and everything. And they think that's silly because they're grown. You don't think it's silly. You got a house to maintain. So as long as they're dependent on you for shelter, you're going to tell them you want your door locked. You don't want footsteps all through the house, all through the middle of the night, 2, 3, 4 in the morning, when you got other younger kids in the house. Come on, man. Them and their friends can't be all in the house. They can't be all in your house shacking up, having sex and shit all over the fucking house and shit. They want to be grown. You tell your grown-ass kid that if he don't want to follow the rules, he's got to get out of the house. It's proof that we understand that independence creates zero responsibility for anybody that you're not dependent on, and it puts all of the responsibility on you. If you depend on somebody, they got some right to dictate how you move and act because they're responsible for your actions. When government are responsible for your actions, when you are dependent on government, they feel like that they're responsible for your actions after that. All you got to do is just be smart, be just a little smart. Be observant and then be honest. Super duper honest about what it is that you're looking at. All right, G, what up? Mr. Boston, what up? Independence is king, and anything else could mean a goddamn thing. This is why I'm. What up, Mr. Boston? I got a hard time making sense out of part of your comment here, but I'm glad to see you here, man. If you want to clarify, go ahead. I would like to read it out loud as you intended it. This is why I farm. Oh, okay. You know what? I thought I farm was a. You're right, man. I get it. This is why you farm, to create the independence. For damn sure. You goddamn right. When I was younger, I always thought that I wanted to live in a high-rise apartment in a penthouse suite someplace, downtown in the big city, overlooking the city with all the concrete and the steel and shit all over the place. Now I feel like the more trees on my property, the better. If I can get just outside the city but not completely disconnected from the city, that's good. I would like a garden, a nice garden, maybe some animals, some chickens and all that. Maybe some goats. I don't know. All of that shit starts sounding real good to me. That city life just not that cool. It's cool to visit. It's cool to go kick it there. Right? I love these modern marvels that we do have in the skyscrapers and all of the beautiful architecture and the nice downtown areas with all the shopping and the food and all that shit. All of that shit is dope. I appreciate it. I like that shit. But we can't really afford the dependency that comes along with the system that they built that shit on, because we're being fucking led by psychos. They fucked up a lot of good stuff, man. Their life is supposed to be way better than this. That's why I'm fucking mad as fuck. Y'all should be mad as hell. Don't you know life's supposed to be better than this? It's amazing what we've done, man. You're right, truth does not exist. He says it's amazing what humans have created. If you in this bitch, hit the like button. It'd be awesome if you could share it, actually. That'd be cool, too. Share it and tag Tommy G and tell him to do a fucking documentary on my activism, bro. That's what we need going on. Because I wouldn't give a fuck. Tommy G be getting like over 500,000 views in 10 hours on the video I seen last time. I checked one of his videos out. He had like over 500,000 views in like 12 hours of fucking putting that shit up. That's crazy. I wouldn't have to partner or sign a contract with Tommy G. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I wouldn't have to be this motherfucker's best friend, partner in crime. We don't need to go that far. He just needs to do a documentary on me like he does everybody else. If I can get a fucking million eyes on me, now more people have an opportunity to say, do I like Trey or not? Do I understand what it is that he's trying to say or not? I damn sure didn't sign no contract with no government, and if I did, it was unbeknownst to me what that entailed. I never got full disclosure, no contract with government, or what I was giving up by doing that. They never tell me nothing. Life could be almost perfect. You're right, truth does not exist. Why? We have ruined it for ourselves, and the tyrants have ruined it for us. Yep, that's true. Can you imagine the elites of the world using all of their power, influence, and resources to really end wars? They don't want to end no wars or bring no peace to this world until the population is brought way down and until they have full control in a one world government. And then they will try to show you peace that they will gain by ruling with an iron fist all of the people that survive this third world conflict that they are going to start on purpose. That's what the fucking problem is. Can you imagine the elite using that brainwashing shit that they use, that they hide all in the cartoons and shit like this? Can you imagine them using the power to influence the children the way they could be? What if they use that power to convince all of the kids as they grew up that the story of Jesus was not about some man outside of them, that it was about themselves, and that they have a natural responsibility, whether they realize it or not, whether they fail or not, it doesn't matter, that there is inside of them the responsibility to do the best that they can to play a role in saving the world. If kids were brainwashed consciously and subconsciously to just have this feeling that they're supposed to be saving the world would be a better place. The level of empathy that you will find naturally, the hidden responsibility in their subconscious, that's how deep they can drive this sentiment inside the mind of a child. They can drive that shit into the children's head that if kids are going to be saddened and depressed by the world and using that energy to build themselves up, to do something big to show the world who they are, it should be kids feeling sad, deeply saddened by the fact that some kids get trafficked, right? Some kids get hurt, maybe even unalived and abused. Let the sadness and the awareness of that make these kids say that they are not only are they going to swear to never be that, to be that bully to nobody, that they swear that in their lifetime they are going to save a child from that shit. You could be making these kids grow up feeling like they have to be that, but they don't do that. They boggling their minds with this Common Core math. They're telling these kids that they might be girls, they might be boys. Who knows? It's up to them. They brainwashing these kids with a bunch of bullshit instead of telling these kids that it's up to them to save the fucking world. I would tell the kids that it's up to them to save the world. That's what I'm going to tell my kids. My kids are going to feel bad if they don't save somebody. Why the fuck are these kids feeling bad because they don't know if they're a boy or girl or not? How that happen? That's where the sadness is? Man, kiss my dick. Y'all talking crazy in these schools with that bullshit. Y'all some pussies. And the whole time they think, go further. That's what they're going to do with everything that they got in place right now. They're going to go further because they're thinking that if you want them to stop, you got to show them that you mean it. They don't think you mean it unless you start smoking shit. And I ain't suggesting that y'all go do nothing. I'm making an observation. It kind of looks like anything short of shooting at their asses makes them feel like they can play you like a bitch. They got a long history of evidence of how much of a bitch y'all really are about a whole bunch of shit that you should be fucking solid about. Y'all not solid about that shit. They think y'all some bitches. They have no reason to stop the crazy shit that they're doing to you because they think they're dealing with a bunch of dumb bitches. That's what they think you are. Every time you go, oh, I'm going to vote for Biden. Oh, I'm going to vote for Trump. They go, we got you. Because ain't none of y'all voting for freedom. You're voting for a master. You don't know that that's what you did? You don't deserve that freedom then. If you're dumb and you pussy enough to let them do this, they think that everything is fair after that because you should have stopped them. And what the fuck are you gonna do? Most of these pukes die in their fucking sleep at the ripe old age of fucking 90 and above because they did nothing but destroy the fucking world and play their role to enslave us, and y'all didn't do nothing to stop them, even when you called them out by name. Shut y'all dumb asses up. Fucking weirdos. Y'all piss me off, bruh. Acting tough. Y'all piss me off when y'all. If you a bitch, act like a bitch, and I'll give you the bitch pass. But if you a bitch, but you acting like a tough man, bro, you better stay the fuck away from me, bro. I'll call you out in front of your woman, your kids, and all that. Yeah. A real military soldier will go to DC and tell them to leave us the fuck alone. That's the real soldier. Show me one American soldier that did that. They don't. All of them are half-ass doing whatever the fuck it is that's so glorious because they don't go to DC and go, man, stop talking crazy to my people before we turn up out here. We said all enemies, foreign and domestic. That means you too. When I say I will smoke somebody for diddling kids, that nobody can diddle these fucking kids around me, when I'm not gonna let that slide, I meant the parents too. Y'all act like y'all say don't fuck with these fucking gun rights, but then y'all let DC molest the gun rights. Fucking weirdos, y'all some pussies. Y'all don't mean nothing y'all ever say. The Gulf of Tonkin. What you know about that, Boston? That's part of the reason why I chose the name Trade Vietnam. The Gulf of Tonkin was a lie. You can't even say false the thing that you wave because then they flag your shit. You see how I did that? You see what I did there? I just say they sparked a fake ass fucking fight that didn't even mean what the fuck they said it meant. That's what that Gulf of Tonkin was. They lied, bruh. That was my strike three. Trade Vietnam. Once I heard the fucking Vietnam shit, when I went through, somebody told me that the World War I was fake. That they faked that shit, that they fucked it up. When I researched that shit, I went, oh my God, that's crazy. What about World War II? I looked into that and I go, oh man, y'all crazy. Y'all lie, bruh. Y'all moving money. War is a racket for real. What else you got? Yo, this is crazy. Somebody explained the Vietnam War to me. I went, that's it. 3 strikes, you motherfuckers are out, bruh. I'm convinced that every fucking conflict is them. Halliburton making all this fucking money. After the fucking military action knocks some shit down, here come Halliburton. We'll build it back up. Here come a central fucking bank. You're in debt now. And when you are in debt, they own you. Whoever you're in debt to owns you. The country is owned. We are in debt. 30-some trillion or more. Right? If you're in debt and you got a car that you're making a car payment on, what happens if you don't pay the car note? Excuse me. What happens, you jackass? This is how you walk it through. You know what happens. Little kid waving out the window. They had to roll the window down for him. White folks. Happy suburban, fucking white folks in their nice little family suburban vehicle. Driving past, say, hey man, it's a dark-skinned guy out here with dreadlocks with a big-ass gun on the corner. Roll the window down so my kid can wave to this dude. This is what happened. That's what happened. Fucking wondering what the fuck I'm doing out here? Kiss my dick. You found my channel thinking it was a guy fucking trying to show off guns. Surprise, motherfucker. I'm a gun rights activist. I'm way more than what the fuck you think I am. You guys are crazy. Way more serious than buying a fancy gun. Way more serious than that. There's something going on out here. How you got multiple $1,000 fucking rifles and you have no fucking fuel to offer me or the rest of the freedom-loving Americans. You can't offer us nothing in the idea of fighting for gun rights. You think fighting for gun rights is buying another fucking $6,000 AR. That's not how you do that, bro. That ain't enough. It's not enough. You want a battle-ready AR-15 that you're not going to do no battle with, pussy. Shut your dumb ass up. Ain't going to battle shit. I, on the other hand, ain't going for nothing. I ain't going for nothing. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. It's way too late. It's supposed to be that serious. Y'all out here playing all serious about shit. Don't really follow it up with any serious action, though. You motherfuckers be all talk for real. The name's Vietnam because I remember a war in this fucking country that was protested heavily. These motherfuckers got out here in the summer of love, doing the hippie shit, which was also another psyop. All of the drugs and all of that shit. They had FBI, CIA agents growing their hair long, dressing like the kids, and infiltrating groups and testing out drugs, LSD and stuff. They fuck with you at every angle. If they can get multiple, if they can bust multiple nuts, they'll do that. If they can bust multiple nuts, they'll do that. If they can kill 2, 3, 4 birds with one stone, they'll do that. As a matter of fact, you actually got to look out for that. Very often, they will hit you with a distraction that's all in the fucking numbers when you talk about Gematria. They literally do this shit. And once they got you distracted with petty ass news, politically, they will go behind your back when no one's looking and go make some political moves that you wouldn't like if you was looking right at them. You wouldn't like it. And Democrats do it, Republicans do it too. They're all guilty of it. And they know that they are. If they can get you to choose one or the other, they know they got you in the fight because you didn't choose no freedom. You chose one of them to rule you. God damn. I don't know what else to do, bro. I don't know what else to say to y'all, man. Y'all some weirdos, man. Y'all weird, man. Y'all supposed to love things. Y'all supposed to love the world enough to say that you will fight for the world and all the stuff that you say you love. But y'all say y'all love shit and then niggas won't go get no gun because you think that makes you look like a big man. To not need one, you a weirdo, bro. You're a weirdo if you think you not having a gun makes you a better man. You sound crazy. What up, Wyoming? Subplanter, what up? He who controls the weather controls the world. Like Forrest Gump said. Someone turned the rain off. Yep. He said that in that movie. He said, and just like that, the rain stopped or something like that when they was in the Vietnam War. You right, bro. That's crazy. I forgot that happens in that movie like that. Movie be trying to tell y'all something. That's why I got a love-hate relationship with Hollywood. I know that they're evil, but they do try to tell you something. They're trying to tell you something. John Mendoza, what up, man? One of my favorite guys out there, man, John Mendoza. Zach says you're a good guy too, man, and that's what's up. I see you around Zach's channel often. I think that's where you even came across my channel. So shout out to Zach every time he tries to draw attention to my work, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, Mikey says, I damn sure will if it came down to that. Listen, I've already accepted my death. I already know it's going to happen. And I already know that the freedom, we ain't going to never get it unless we, somebody's going to have to fight for it. They don't do what they do to gain this level of control over you just to give it up because you voted or because you're crying. They don't give a fuck about that shit and you know it. If you say it the way I said out loud to yourself and other people, you will feel the power and the truth of what it is that I'm saying. That they're not going to stop the planned destruction of this country to turn us over to that new world order. They're going to get what they want, and they're not going to stop to get what they want because you voted in the wrong direction and now they can't get it. Do you think that that's what's going to happen? You have to know that man, stop playing with me. You know that's not what that is. I'm too fucking frustrated with this assumption that you still don't get it. You're going to have to start living your life like you understand what it is that I'm saying. Or understand what the fuck you already know in your own heart is already true. I don't gotta say this shit. Motherfuckers that hear me, that agree with me, you said this shit to yourself before and you know you did. You know you understand this shit. Sometimes you need somebody to say it for you to go, man, you right. You're reminding me that I pushed that shit off to the side so I can go along to get along. I will remind you. I'm not saying too much or nothing that you motherfuckers haven't had cross your mind before. You fucking know what's up. You know. You know. Does it sound like that you can bet your life on that? Do it sound like it that you can bet your life that you're going to get all of the freedom that you want, deserve, and desire if you cry hard enough or if you vote for the right fucking master? You know that's not going to happen like that. No, nobody voted for any politician can look me in my face to say that one of these guys is going to lead us to the promised land of fucking peace, love, freedom, and happiness. You know that's not going to happen. Stop fucking playing. They haven't been able to achieve it all of this time, 250 years in this fucking country, and you find disappointment after disappointment after disappointment in these political actions of known criminals that lie right to your fucking face, no less. They pretend to be good people right in front of all of the people that call them sleazy politicians. We didn't trust the last election. We thought like maybe somebody tampered with that, fucking with the ballots and all type of shit. And what do y'all do? Get in line to vote for the next motherfucker again. I don't know, man. Y'all are frustrated. And I don't want nobody to go shoot shit. I'm not asking nobody to go do nothing. Don't never mistake what I'm saying as a call to action. I'm not calling nobody to action. I'm telling you that if this was a fucking Quentin Tarantino movie that I was watching, I would be disappointed in the movie, thinking about leaving the fucking theater to get my money back because it appears that the would-be heroes in this film are not shooting yet. But this is a Quentin Tarantino movie. I see all of this violence, but the hero not shooting? When are you gonna stand up and start smoking shit? Because I would jangle the fuck out this shit if y'all fucking do what needs to be done. You can get the government to go fully tyrannical without you shooting at them. Don't shoot at nobody. Give them peaceful non-compliance. Shut all of their shit down on your terms and demand all of the freedom and justice. And if they can't make their shit go around, they will force you to do what they want you to do to make their shit go around with tyrannical means. I gave that guy the middle finger because he drove past here, revving his engine, blowing all this black smoke up this way from his fucking truck, which is strange to me. Good old country Iowa white boy in a big ass fucking truck. What you doing in that big truck? You got any guns in that truck? If you ain't got no guns, you a pussy. If you have guns and you did that to me, you a super pussy. Because if you wholeheartedly respect the idea that people will own these guns, you seeing it can't be that big of a problem. What's the difference? I already have it, and you know I have it. You've accepted that I have it. You might also have them. Seeing it is not a problem. And if seeing it is a problem to you, get your gun, carry it wherever you go just in case you see me anywhere, everywhere, right? And then if I act stupid or crazy, do what needs to be done. I welcome you to. I insist that you do. Who else can ask to be fired at by anybody who feels morally responsible to do that? Who else would do that? But a guy who knows that I would never deserve it anyway. I'm never going to do anything that will make me worthy and deserving of anybody shooting at me. Nothing. You're never going to be able to shoot at me for a good reason. Nobody. I'm not going to do nothing. They're going to make me look like I deserve that shit. That's why I can welcome anybody to fucking try that. I've returned fire, and ain't no fucking way in hell I deserve what the fuck you talking about. I got some haters that make some threats from time to time. Shut your stupid ass up. Bring your ass out here then. Come out here and say that shit to my face. Mean it with your life. Y'all put all this passion and shit that y'all want people to respect, but you don't be meaning shit with your life, so then I won't respect you. Mean it with your life. You gonna vote for Kamala Harris? Mean it with your life. If you vote for that bitch and somehow she gets in there, when she says there's gonna be a war someplace, you better happily put your fucking boots on. Pussy. So bitch ass. You better put your fucking boots on, pussy. I got some hugs and shit, but I ain't getting no hugs today. Yeah. And then some people pull up like this, like one of these cars over here, trying not to make eye contact. They looking, but they're turning away like this and shit. You might be uncomfortable, but you ain't scared. You was scared, you run that light. I'll run the fucking light to save my life. You give a fuck about no red light. You ain't scared, you casually waited for the light to turn green. Because you running that light and risking your life out there, running through a red light was riskier than you standing here next to the guy with the AR-15. Running a red light is way more risky. Yeah. Sam Fisher said modern Americans lack convictions. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do lack convictions. They pretend to stand on stuff that they just don't appear to really be standing on. When I say I love my kids, I mean that shit. You know what that means? I carry a gun. I learn how to master it. I get over any discomfort that might come with a new gun owner. I was willing to get over all of that shit to see if I can find myself to be as comfortable as other men have found themselves with guns. Other men have got over that hump to go from a nobody to a badass with a gun. Maybe I can do that too. Did this lack of confidence to actually go try that disturbs me. Niggas pussy, bruh. Niggas pussy. I love my kids enough to take that challenge on. So that I can be a fucking nightmare of defensive action for somebody that might want to hurt me or my kids. I want them to regret ever trying that shit. What's wrong with being prepared to make a bully regret that bully shit? When I say it like that, and that's what I'm doing, and you know that's what I'm doing, because I ain't never actually been the bully, but I am the fucking hero. By default, you gotta say, maybe, man, that makes sense. Maybe you the hero, bro. Maybe I should leave you the fuck alone. That's the default. If you really rock with me, you'll go buy a gun and then beat this for yourself. You wouldn't wait for your father as a grown-ass man. Stop playing. You know it don't make no sense to do that. You wait for a father to come save you from a home invasion. Your father lives fucking 10 miles from your house. You gonna wait for your father? No, you're not. You'd be a fool if you did that. Boom, they kick the door. Boom, they gotta kick it twice. The second kick comes that fast. Before I can even finish this sentence, there's 3 of them. One of them is on your stairs. The other one's running through the downstairs area of your house. It's way too late. You probably not gonna even call the cops if you got a gun. You're not gonna call the cops first. Not first. Nah, I don't even know where my phone is at. I know where the gun is though. This motherfucker can't even get all the way up the stairs before I'm halfway down the stairs to meet his ass. What the fuck is you talking about? Shooting over the balcony like Scarface and all that. Fuck is you talking about? And motherfuckers say, Trey, you ain't that much of a badass. You don't know who the fuck I am, but you know what though? I'd rather fucking fake it till I make it than to carry this fucking attitude like I don't got no responsibility to be that. Yeah, I do. I'm supposed to be trying to be that. The defensive guy, the huggable guy, the guy that ain't never hurt nobody. But will do it with a smile on his face to a person that deserves that shit. Ear to ear. Fuck is you talking about? Motherfuckers play a lot, bro. Yeah, what do you need a fire extinguisher for when you're not a firefighter? You goddamn right truth does not exist. Good example. I use that example from time to time. I got multiple fire extinguishers in my house, but I'm not a firefighter. I should have what they would use to save my ass. I should have a little bit of that for myself. Because why would I be a dependent grown ass man that I can't protect myself? Y'all crazy. It don't even make sense when you say it out loud, not even to the gun hater. I'll make a gun hater feel silly about himself. I'll make him consider going to get a gun. The greatest evil in the world is to have all of the influence that you can possibly have over the world, and then you use it to dominate the world instead of freeing the world. There will never be a benevolent leader of the world. They're all crazy. And when they want to centralize control into a small group of people to call this shit a new world order or a one world government with a one world currency, you're supposed to be so uncomfortable with that you're willing to do what it is that you pretend to do any other time with your patriotism and your saluting of the flag and your ride or die spirit about the freedom. But when I say foreign or domestic, y'all let all of the domestic terrorists do what they want to do. Don't no military soldier or police officer turn towards DC to tell DC to leave us the fuck alone. Whatever DC says is what they do. Stop pretending to be so goddamn smart and wise and cool and protective and patriotic. Y'all are a bunch of don't know nothing ass pussies who would rather beg a man to free you than to insist that he frees you or else. I'm not going to beg nobody to free me. I'm not going to beg you, bro. I'm going to dare you to fucking do something about me. I don't know how to be a better man than that. Than to tell yourself that you know that you own yourself and nobody owns you. And if somebody thinks that they own you while you're standing in your freedom, not even hurting anybody, whoever makes a move towards you when you are offering the hug and offering the love, claim it to own yourself. Claim it to own no one else. I don't even own my kids. They're my responsibility. I don't own them. They are people. People can't be owned. What up? You can't own people. Nobody can own nobody. I don't even own my kids, and I gave them life. And when they are out of my control or guidance to live their lives as adults, if I gotta let them go, the cops gotta let them go. The U.S. government gotta let them go. Y'all can't grab a hold of them either. Watching all these videos of people fucking manhandling people and cops body slamming people and pepper spraying people, doing all type of shit for silly reasons. Black people and white people, they do this shit to everybody. If a cop does a black person wrong because he's black, he just used the black reason to do it. He will do that shit to a white boy if he had a good reason or if he had a bad reason. They do that shit to everybody, bro. Don't be mad when they do it for the black reason. Be mad that they do it thinking that they can hide behind that badge because they traffic kids behind that badge. They do all types of funny shit, traffic drugs behind the badge. They do that. They use that badge to hide for a lot of shit. If you only attack the racial thing about cops, they're going to think you're a silly child trying to dictate morality when you have to remove the illusion of power from those guys so that everything that they know is wrong gets them killed when they try that shit. I don't know, man. I'm done for today. I'm surprised I was even out here this long. Surprised I still got battery. Surprised my fucking back ain't broke. I hurt my back a little bit. Surprisingly, it feels good right now. It almost feels better than it did this morning. And maybe I'm working more towards the recovery of hurting my back not too long ago. Well, re-hurt my back. I hurt my back a long time ago. But in my older age, man, I think that when I tweak it or hurt it, the recovery is just super slow now. But I don't know, man. I just want people to be hard to bully. There's nothing wrong with making yourself hard to bully. Thanks again, Zach. Sam Fisher, you another real one, man. You come in and you show a lot of love, support, and understanding, and it's important. It means the world to me when y'all understand. That's all it takes. You ain't got to get out here with me. It'd be nice if you bought a gun for your own self, but just telling me that you understand what I'm trying to say and you know I mean well means the world to me, man. Because I would be so disturbed by somebody giving my work an honest look and then still feeling like I'm dangerous and that I shouldn't be doing this. That would just break my heart, man. It would hurt my feelings because it's supposed to be an act of revolution to even stand up to the government. But it's an act of love that I take on to try to save y'all. That me doing this with the attempt to help free y'all minds and maybe even free your body if you can get a gun in your hand soon enough to stop a child trafficker or a home invader or a tyrannical government. None of it matters. Their reason to want to hurt you doesn't matter, and they're all guilty of that. If that reason is for them to try to hurt me, then all of those reasons that they brought must be evil. If I'm not even doing anything to anybody, I'm the huggable guy that did nothing but solicit hugs from the public. I ain't never hurt nobody. So whatever reason that somebody could possibly bring to me to say I want to hurt Trey and this is the reason, I'm already walking in the light of the goodness, bro. So whatever your reason is, you're either delusional or crazy or evil, and I shoot at those things. I don't give a fuck. I never care. I would never give a green light or a pass to no man wearing no kind of uniform or flashing no gang signs, or no matter how desperate he is, if he thinks he needs to break into my house to gain something. I don't care what it is that he's doing or what the fuck is going on. If your intentions are to hurt me, I am not going to let you. You got it? Don't even matter after that. Don't even matter who you are or nothing. Don't matter who sent you or nothing. Man, peace and love to y'all, man. I'm out of here. Wu Bang, Trey Vietnam in this bitch. RPM is the game. What the fuck is you talking about? Go get a gun and stop being a fucking bitch. Yeah. Go get a gun and stop being a bitch about it. If you got a big heart, then I'm really talking to you. Because what we need to do is arm all of the people whose heart is so fucking big that they might be inspired to do something in their life to save somebody. Save somebody, bro. Even if it's just yourself. How proud would you be if you carried a gun and somebody tried to play you and you thought maybe you would be seriously injured, robbed, or killed, and you came out on top of that? You know how proud you would be of yourself? You know how proud your kids would be? They'd be like, damn, Dad, thanks for not being a fucking bitch, bro. I'm glad you made it home, man. Nigga tried to rob you. Yeah, your kids would thank you if you actively defended yourself against someone who put you in a fight that you didn't deserve. Defend yourself in that, and your kids will be so happy to see you at home. Stop letting bullies win all these fights. Arm yourself. What the fuck is wrong with that, bro? Solely, is that how you pronounce that? Says morality is transcendent and universal. Yes, it is. Transcendent and universal for damn sure. Yeah! Yeah! My boy held up the barrel of an AR in his car. I like that. I like that shit. And hopefully he's a good guy, only capable and willing to act in defense with that gun. Because if he not, I hope he come across somebody who also will bang with the fucking guns, and I hope they put down the bad guy. That's all I care about. I don't care who you are or what's going on. I wouldn't give a fuck if you were a known racist. If you're in public and somebody try to run up on you and you had no plans or movements to hurt that person, he can't try to hurt you. The fuck? I'm a root for whoever being chased. Whoever being brought into a fight that they didn't start, that's what I'm gonna root for. I'm gonna root for the hero. Yeah. Some little pretty girls in the car over here waving and smiling all giddy and shit. I hope that this right here inspires them to accept anything less, to never accept anything less than a boyfriend and a potential husband and father to their kids. The nigga better have a gun. Accept nothing less than that. I'm gonna look real cool to your girlfriend if you ain't got no gun, pussy. Better go get one. Or she gonna be in my chats talking sexy. You better quit fucking playing. You better quit fucking playing. Girls like this shit. There's something inherent in a woman seeing a guy proudly being a defensive, huggable guy who is capable of being very dangerous in defense. Women like the sight of that. Why would they? It makes sense naturally. You know why they would. Put two and two together. Motherfucker gonna tell me one time, that's little dick energy. No, you mad that you understand that this is what girls would like to see. This is just as cool as a guy with a stack of money to them. Because they thinking, damn, if I had kids with him, what man gonna bully me? Take my goodies, hurt my kids. Good luck to him. That's what women see when they see this shit. And they deserve to desire that. Women love a protector. Hell yeah. I couldn't imagine looking my girl in the face, giving her the sexy eye, giving her the wink like, won't you go ahead on and put your... How can you even as a man confidently ask your girl for a little head or something if you couldn't protect her? If there was a fight to the death with one guy and a knife, you would probably lose that fight. All it takes is one guy and a weapon that gives him a little bit of an edge over you. You and your girl will be dead. How you even ask this girl for head after that? You can't even ask for no sex, no head, no nothing. Don't even ask her, bro. She got to gift it to you out of her graces. Because she got half a girlfriend. The fuck? No VI. You a girlfriend. That's Portuguese. Brazilian Portuguese for fucking batsy boy. You a batty boy. You a little soft, a little effeminate. Yeah, obedient men. Speaking of Brazil, I love Brazil. I've never been, but I feel a kinship to Brazil. If there's any such thing as a former life, I might have been a Brazilian in my former life. I don't know. Sam Fisher said jokes on that turd. Hell yeah, bro. Dude said he got his too. He likes that shit. Um, Brazil is a beautiful place. I love the language and all that. We falo português a little bit, just a little bit. I speak a little bit of Portuguese. And I feel a kinship with Brazil. And I saw a documentary too about gangs in Brazil some years ago, doing some research on the country, the economics and all that. You'd be surprised how similar they are to us. I feel a strong kinship with them, man. And in this documentary, they were interviewing girls out on the streets, asking them if they feel safe with the gangs around. And one of the girls said, yeah, because her boyfriend is a gangbanger and he carries a gun. And when she knows that the gangs are rampant around there, doing all types of shit, women get yeah, women get assaulted, and people try to take things from them, take their sexual energy without their permission. And she says that in the midst of all of that, she won't date a guy that doesn't have a gun because she knows that having a boyfriend that doesn't have a gun, she knows that having a boyfriend that does not have a gun guarantees that a guy or multiple guys, even if they don't have a gun, will feel confident and then might even be successful in taking her sexual energy against her permission because they know her boyfriend ain't with it. He ain't really willing to go that far to protect her. So the girl said that they don't date guys that refuse to carry guns. You have to know that that's how it goes, and women like that. They want to feel protected. How you doing, man?
How you doing?
Good,
Came
man.
to hug an AR on her.
Thank you,
I
thank
was
you.
the guy in the black truck that drove by.
Oh, that was you.
So
That's what's up, man.
serious questions.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm armed as well.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a nice pistol.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
So you build it yourself?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
All right. I'm a gun builder as well.
Thank you.
Why are you out here doing this? Is my question.
Well, first of all, I want to show people.
Are we live here?
Yeah, yeah, live to
All
my
right.
YouTube.
USA CCA member.
I got them too.
Yeah.
I got that insurance. Yeah, for sure. So what I'm doing out here is, number one, educating the people out here in public who don't realize that this is legal.
Absolutely.
And then I want to call them out on it for being adults with strong opinions about firearms, but they were surprised to see me with this, not even knowing that it's legal where they live. So I want to call them out on being so passionate, and they don't even know what they're talking about.
You know what? They're allowed to have a different opinion, but I agree with your opinion 200%.
Yeah.
But they need to quit jumping to conclusions that they don't understand the Second Amendment and our constitutional rights to bear arms.
And
we're not here to hurt people. We're here to protect ourselves.
And the issue that I have, even though of course people can have the right to have their own opinion, and that's fine. I'm out here to show where my opinion stands, and I do believe with lives on the line, with this so-called great Constitution on the line, opinions that become detrimental to a fundamental way of life, they deserve their opinion. They also deserve the opposition to their opinion if their opinion is dangerous. For example, if we were on a cruise ship or something, and they thought that there was water leaking in on a lower level, and then we need to fix that. If my opinion was to look for some way to either stop it and at the same time possibly get people off of the vessel, that sounds good. If somebody says, oh no, wait a minute, I got an idea. Let's drill some holes on the other side so that the water will go. And then I go, drilling more holes is so fucking dangerous that I get to tell you that I don't have to listen to you. Are you out of your mind? You see what I'm saying? So for someone to say the answer to the state of this country right now is to take guns from people who haven't done anything wrong, I have to tell them that I know you think you're helping, but you're wrong, and I'm not going to make you do anything, but I will show you the right way. So I come out here to show people the right way.
The right way, too, is what happens when they take guns away from law-abiding citizens. That doesn't take away all the illegal guns, because the people that they're pissed off about are the people that aren't buying guns legally, and the whole gun loophole at gun shows is bullshit, because as a private owner, I can sell a gun to anybody and I don't have to do it. Or just the other day, I got rid of some guns to a range here in the town that buys and sells guns. Guess what? They don't need any paperwork for me. They only have to do paperwork as somebody, and I am somebody that holds an FFL1, an FFL Class 3.
Nice.
I can own short-barreled rifles. Nice. I have everything of mine is suppressed.
That's what's up.
And I follow the rules. And everybody goes, why do you need one of those? And I go, because I need the best tool to defend myself. It's no different than being in construction or being a computer programmer, and you want to program computers on a Commodore 64, or do you want the best thing out there? These are the right things to do. And everybody, that is not an assault weapon. It's a semi-automatic rifle.
It's a semi-automatic defense rifle, because that's what the intent is in my hand, is to use it for defense. Exactly. So every time they say that, I go, what are you talking about? I got a defense rifle.
There's no such thing as an assault rifle.
It's insane.
I served in the military. There is the military version, and then there's an AR-15. And the difference being is the selector.
There's another switch. That switch go three ways now. It's a
3-round burst or fully automatic. And guess what? Even back then, you only used fully automatic to spray an area to hold people down, because it's not accurate.
Suppressor fire to back out of something or something like that. That's what it's for. Those guys don't even want to utilize a fully automatic. Like it's a tactical thing to have that when duty calls for that. It's not something that people just want or need to do.
It's always there, and I've always been, this is my safety. Everything I carry is hot. And this is my safety. I got a question to ask. Did the CRPD give you any shit today?
No,
Because I
I've
don't
been doing
mean
this.
to offend you.
Yeah.
You're a
Yeah.
black male
Yeah.
with an AR pistol,
See.
with a vest with 3 mags, and
Yeah.
I'm cool with that,
You
and
see.
it doesn't even remotely scare me.
Yeah.
But in other areas of this town,
Yeah.
you might have had a SWAT team out here asking you what the fuck's going on
See.
and what's your business, which is none of their fucking business.
See.
What your business is.
I'll explain it to you. When you came up, you asked, what am I doing out here? What is this for? So I was willing to potentially bet my life that I would get out here and that Cedar Rapids police wouldn't bother me at all.
Yeah, they won't. Most of those
And
guys
they
are
did.
educated.
I've been doing this for almost 6 years.
Good job.
They don't bother me. There was actually a shooting on a live stream. While I was live streaming, you can hear it on my YouTube channel. On the southeast side, actually.
YouTube channel.
And RPM Trade Vietnam is the name.
Okay.
I was out there and there was a shooting during my live stream. You can hear the gunshots. It was about a half a block away. You can smell the gunpowder within 20 seconds of them shooting. You can tell. That's a bad place over there too, right? So I'm down there, me and my cousin, clocking the police response. The police showed up about 7 minutes later, drove up to the corner where we were, looked us in our eyes, and kept driving. Because they went, that wasn't you, that's someone else, and they moved on. So not only am I breaking stereotypes about if a black man would even be safe doing this, there was a shooting and the cops drove right past me. I don't know what more proof that we need.
I agree with you that on 100%, and I also go back and I have friends that are in law enforcement that are 2A people, because at the end of the day, when it goes down, they're there to clean up their mess.
Yeah.
The shit's over by the time they get there.
Yep.
So everybody says in the world, well, that's what the police is for. Well, the police are janitors for the most part.
Yeah.
And to ask questions,
investigate a crime,
and make assumptions, and they're not even investigators. They're there to put yourself in a situation where you say something to incriminate yourself. My biggest point is, if you're ever in this situation, you shut the fuck up. And you don't say anything. Yeah. I'm sorry for the language I don't know about here.
I do that all the time, boy. I got a potty mouth. Let me ask you this, because you're the perfect person to ask this question to. And it's a very controversial question that tends to separate me from other gun rights supporters.
All right.
I think the Constitution took something like the Second Amendment, and they took something that was undebatable and put it into an arena of debate so that we can accept the debate about it, possibly even losing the debate without fighting. And if they ever change the Second Amendment, what they are hoping to do is to give law-abiding citizens to step out of a fight that might be the revolution that we feared that we would have to fight. If they can say, it's been changed, step out of the way, how many people are going to step out of the way when they do that?
So
a lot.
Here's my opinion on the Second Amendment. The Constitution was, our founding fathers were a bunch of bootleggers, pirates, and criminals that didn't want to pay taxes to England. And they decided that, and then they wrote the Constitution knowing that it wasn't perfect and left an option to change it. But the first few amendments of the Constitution can never be changed, and they wouldn't have called it the Second Amendment if it wasn't just as important as the freedom of speech, which is the first one. I agree with you that they had no idea how it would progress in the abilities that we have for the weapons that we can make. I make all my guns at home. But the Supreme Court ruled that we as individuals have the right to bear arms. The people on the side that don't want us to say that's a militia, that's the government, that's the military. That is not the purpose. And I give you an example because of that. The purpose of the Second Amendment is, in tyranny, we as people have the right to stand up and remove that government from power. In 1933, Hitler took office, was a gun proponent until he took office, and then once he had total control, decided that people weren't educated enough to own those guns, so he outlawed them and took them away. Then nobody could do anything to remove somebody like that. And that's what the Second Amendment is about. I agree 200% with you.
Yeah, I think it put us in a position that if they changed it, they can get some people to step out of the way.
And to do that, it has to be a constitutional amendment, and 37 states or 34 states have to agree and sign off on it to take it away. And
If they did that, did we lose any rights that they were successful in doing all of that?
I don't think you could ever get 34 states to agree.
Me neither,
to
but if
change
they
that.
did, would you say it's been changed? That's amazing. Something changed.
No,
in me.
I
Nah,
disagree with it.
Nothing changed me.
Then guess what? When
there's
they
nothing
come
they
to
can
get
ever
my
do.
guns, they all sunk in my boat at the res, and they're hidden somewhere else.
Yeah. Hey, if they come for mine and they doing that, I'm not gonna lie to them. At that point, we're supposed to be doing something else. If you got to lie, you're supposed to be doing something else. I got another question for you though. I want to address this gentleman. How you doing, man?
How are you?
Good, man.
Good.
Hi.
So, man.
How you doing?
We saw that over there and we're like, man, this guy's got some nerve. So we're going to go over and talk to him.
Yeah.
I absolutely.
I did the same thing.
Yeah. I want to prove that racially, law enforcement wouldn't really attack me, and I've been doing this for almost 6 years, and they haven't. I've been out here to prove that society will respect me at a glance and know exactly what it is that I mean with the sign and all. That also happens, and I want them to know that if they ever change the law on paper, and they feel justified in attacking me because the magical paper changed, just know that they were willing to attack the huggable guy when he ain't did nothing. Right. Stop trusting what they do and say as if it must be good because they said it. It's not. You can't let them attack the huggable guy when they change it.
Well, yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Do you believe in qualified immunity?
No, that's crazy.
Thank you. It should be abolished.
That's pretty crazy. My audience wanted me to ask you, and maybe you too, if you want to possibly answer this. They said that if our founding forefathers were slave owning, wife beating, and all of the other things they may have gotten involved in, why is it that only felons can't have firearms? Why is that the case when they were that? Slave owners, come on,
because it wasn't a country. There was no constitution. We were under the rule of English government. And then slave owners, and as slave owners, I'm not going there on that subject. That was the times. But
guilty nonetheless of exactly that.
No, you're right.
So that's what I'm looking at the objective and not like the emotional side of it.
275 years ago.
Yeah, which is fine.
The gun haters make the point that 275 years ago they had muskets and they don't have assault weapons.
Oh yes,
anybody
they had. Well, yes, they did. They had automatic weapons, the pepper gun, and all types of other weird guns that they had. Well, what I find is that the people that hate what it is that's going on in the fight for gun rights the most, they know the least about what it is that they're even talking about.
Right. You've got these people that are making laws, don't even know the difference, but they call it a fully semi-automatic weapon.
Yeah.
Right.
They say
you don't even know what you're talking
idiotic stuff like that. Yeah.
They have no idea.
Clips, magazines,
magazine thing.
They don't know the difference.
Yeah. How many rounds per minute a particular gun is like? Right. Dude, I wish my gun could do that magical shit you're talking about. This gun can't do that, man.
Pull so fast.
Yeah. And even if.
It's not accurate if you're pulling it that fast.
I mean, but even if. The only requirement that I have to own and use this firearm is that I better be acting in defense. After that, what it does shouldn't be anybody's business. It's kind of crazy to me to do that. You know?
You carry more responsibility than a cop does
because
he has qualified immunity.
I have nothing to hide behind.
If you defend yourself in public and you don't hit the person that you're defending, you just committed murder because what you're shooting at, you better hit.
Yeah.
But God forbid a law enforcement official pulls one out and shoots an innocent bystander. It's qualified immunity, and they settle it at a court on an insurance settlement.
So unfortunately, that's a double-edged sword. Qualified immunity, to an extent, I can see. But giving them carte blanche qualified immunity, saying you go into, you kick this door in and just start shooting, wait a minute, you throw your flag, you're like, no way. No way, right? But and again, there's always the go along with the cop and do a tour, walk a mile in the shoes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the anti-gunners and the anti-cop people are like, well, this is bullcrap. Why do cops get away with this and normal people can't? Well, walk a mile in the shoes. Go walk a beat in Chicago,
Mm-hmm.
or go walk a beat south of 19th Street here in town.
Yeah.
When it's hot and when whatever is going on.
Yeah.
Then talk to me about qualified immunity when you're walking up onto a situation
Mm-hmm.
and you don't know what's going on yet because
Yeah.
you just got there.
Yeah.
And now, granted, for police, I think their first three tactics ought to be de-escalate, de-escalate, and de-escalate.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
The last thing you should be doing is pulling your weapon out.
Yeah.
Right? That should be a last resort.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, you have all these non-lethal. They got mace. They got a billy club. Now, granted, these are things that should not be pulled out unless absolutely necessary.
Yeah.
However, with the level of anti-police rhetoric
Mm-hmm.
and the nonsense that's going on with all of the younger people today,
Mm-hmm.
what are they supposed to do?
See, I think what I think is going on is that it's easy to try to justify certain things once you step inside the game and you accept it.
Sure.
I think there's a certain dependency that people have on police, given their job description,
Yep.
what it is that they're said to be in control of, and how wishy-washy it is that cops in Iowa have a different agenda than cops in Illinois, especially about marijuana, for example. When it's legal over there, 10 years ago it wasn't. What were they willing to do to a guy with a bag of weed over there that they won't do now? They can't keep the story consistent. There's something wrong here. Fundamentally, not in the individual cop, not in qualified immunity, not in every situation is it wrong completely.
Mm-hmm.
But what it does, it lends some support to the idea of qualified immunity in certain situations after you've already given them this undeserving, unnatural dependency relationship between us and them. What a cop needs to do to make the community safe should be a responsibility taken on by every able-bodied man, that if there's 10 guys on the block like this that look like me, every bad guy pulls up, go, fuck, I can't get my shit off over here.
Right.
Then they go, what cop? I'm scared of them because they ain't got no cuffs.
Yeah.
They ain't got to play by no rules. Maybe he's just like, I don't even know what's going on out here. I can't do shit. And I think that's what's good about the average man taking on that responsibility.
And I agree. So a lot of people who hate guns are the first ones to call the cops.
Yeah.
That's not you know what? Your safety is your responsibility.
Hell yeah.
Right? You don't want to sit there and let me have a gun, but you want to be full bore dependent on the police.
Yeah.
That is nonsense.
Who shows up just to clean up.
Right.
It's over.
And
the police are there to clean up the mess, one way or the other.
And on an individual level, you can see what's wrong with like a man who has been weakened by either gun control or some virtual expectation that he has that since he's a good enough guy to not own a gun, that the world won't bother him. Right. You're a psycho. Being a good guy is not going to keep you from being run over. It's going to make you look like easy pickings, and they know it because they won't put a sign in your yard that says, this is a gun-free household. Put the sign in your yard that says this is a gun-free household, you jackass. You won't do that because you know you're going to look like something. So don't hate on the gun ownership so much, man. Like, come on, man. You guys got to stop doing that.
So
I'll put the sign, gun-free household, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah, 3 nights out of the week. You choose. Good luck.
All right. So one of the things is you hear that gun control is racist, right?
In its inception, it was.
Yes. But now, what I don't get is how, like, you're out here being pro-gun, and that's fantastic, right? Everyone in this community should have the same right to a gun.
Yeah.
Right? And here's
as long as they abide by the laws and follow the rules.
Sure.
To get
I wouldn't even go there.
So
I'll address that in a minute.
And I'm okay with, you got the convicted felons, right?
Mm-hmm.
Drug possession is not a felony, right?
It shouldn't be.
That's baloney. That'll change in the next few years.
I think
That's
so.
got to change, and it will.
Mm-hmm.
But after you've served your time and served your penance to the community, wipe the felony away.
Yep.
Let them be able to defend themselves.
Yep.
Right? There's no reason, especially in the black community where people are like, well, they don't deserve guns because of, insert reason here, right?
Mm-hmm.
You guys got the same rights that he and I do. There's no law that says you can't get it.
And what I've noticed is you see reckless gun use when the gun is in the hand of poor and desperate people, which come in all shapes and sizes and colors. And poor, desperate people do poor, desperate shit. It's the root of all of our problems are always so fundamentally human
Yes.
that as soon as you divide it out into different things and say, well, these kind of people like this and liberals do that, like, man, everybody doing that shit. And there's more economic influence in how we interact as human beings than what people will pay credit to.
That is true. That is true. But you know the old statistics about how, well, the states that have the highest per capita murder rates are typically red states.
Mm-hmm.
But if you dive deeper into where the highest murder rates are in, say, Louisiana, they're typically one of the highest.
Yeah.
And if you delve into where the most murders are, they are in blue parishes.
Yep.
Where there is the highest gun control.
Yep.
Right? And then
the highest gun control, especially when it's paired with a low economic status that spans over big parts of the city, you go, oh, there's going to be some gun violence over there.
Right. So, and again, you look at places with the strictest gun laws have the highest violent crime rates.
Yeah.
And County, Illinois.
Yeah.
Well,
I was born
Illinois, outside of Illinois, it's a normal state.
Well,
like
you look
Iowa
at Gary, Indiana, right?
Yeah. Gary, Indiana, same
suburb.
thing.
Yeah.
But, and the thing is like you have the mayor, the governor of Chicago, Lori Lightfoot.
Yeah.
What a turd that
What a
woman is.
psycho.
So she's like,
fuck,
when
psychotic.
And it's not. You don't want to turn things political, but everything is a political pissing contest.
It is. It is.
Because if you
then
look
it dominates us after they win that shit. That counts. That
Black
counts.
Lives Matter once every 4 years, and then they pretty much forget about you. Right?
Yeah, and it's crazy.
I don't even like that saying, and no offense to that, but all lives matter.
Yeah, they do.
I don't
rock with
George Floyd. If it was you, everybody should be just as upset whether it was him or not. But it's always a black guy that happens.
People don't understand that police kill significantly more white people than they do black people.
They do. And I was just addressing this right before you guys walked up that if an overly aggressive cop has a black reason to hurt someone, he will find another reason to hurt the white guy too.
Oh yeah.
It's a cop thing when a cop feels like the badge is going to help hide who he is inside if he's a bad person.
I absolutely agree.
And that's what they do. And if some racist cops happen to do something, not only am I not surprised, I'm also thinking whatever we need to do to stop him it can't be a focus on the race, because then that focal point allows for a division that gets tricky, and then you're not going to get what you want.
But then that gets eyeballs.
It does, because they put on a show.
Yes.
It's a TV show to them. It's
production. It becomes all about ratings. Yep. It's not about the fact that
RPM space TRE, and then you'll see me space Vietnam. That's me right there.
There we go.
Yeah.
I'm friending you.
Yeah, do that, man. I think you'll like.
You're live right now, so I'm probably on here.
Yeah, you on there. You're on there looking for my YouTube channel. On my YouTube channel. That's right.
All right. I'm friending it. I'll message you later with my contact
info. Yeah. Do that right there on this video. Yeah.
I appreciate everything you do.
Yeah,
I support it 100%.
Thank you.
All right?
Yeah.
Keep doing it.
Yeah, thank you.
So are you from around here?
Yeah, I've lived in Cedar Rapids for more than half my life, about 23 years.
You're 45?
43.
Okay.
So yeah. So I've been living here. I went to Coe College, graduated, never went back home to Illinois. Screw that place. I can't stand that place, politically especially.
The taxes are insane there too.
Everything over there is insane, man. The political desperation that they found themselves in with this broken state. I hate that place. But yeah, man. Another thing that I like to prove when I'm out here, because I'll admit I'm very anti-police, and not the individuals. I'm talking about the status. Because every cop, no matter how good of a cop he is, because of the way the job is set up, he is capable and willing to kill a man on his birthday in front of his kids if you get a speeding ticket that you refuse to pay. If you refuse to pay it and refuse to refrain from driving your vehicle, and you say, "I want to drive my vehicle, I'm gonna act like I never got that ticket, and I ain't gonna let nobody stop me." If you do that, you will be dead over a $200 speeding ticket. And every cop has to do that to you. And you being in front of your kids or it being your birthday is not going to be a reason for him to say, "I can't do this to you. Maybe we'll talk to you another day about the money."
Okay, so I agree. It's dumb.
It's kind of bad.
Here's the thing that a lot of anti-police people get wrong, in my opinion, is that when they tell you that you're under arrest, that is not the time to go ham. That is not the time to be to start fighting, right? Because you're going to lose that every time. And the worst thing you can do is put your hands above your chest.
Yeah.
You know what? Take the arrest and live to tell your story.
That's a smart thing to do.
It is.
But that's a telltale sign that something's going on, because if I stop one of these cars right now and say, I don't like where you're driving, I need an ID, and this better be you in this picture, and this address better be current, I'm going to make you sign something. Me and my buddies with guns are going to come talk to you about that money. You got 30 days. If I did that for the exact same reason that a cop would do it for, and it's legit, you were speeding like crazy and I stopped you. You'd be like, this man walked up to my car with a gun, demanding all this stuff. That's extortion. What, are you trying to extort me out here?
You're right.
Putting on a uniform does not make it not. It's legalized extortion.
They're a gang.
Closed and a ceremony behind some closed doors can't make something that's morally wrong magically right because it's a cop that's doing it. And because of that, I have to say that whatever we want to be this protection for society and the people that cannot or will not protect themselves, we need to call it something else, and we need to readdress what it is that they're supposed to be doing out here, or else I have to say, I don't like them. I have nowhere else to go but there. We got to change that.
I agree.
If I would go to prison for it, the cops shouldn't be able to do it, and it's way too easy to see. I can't think of something that they do that I would get away with. Sure. Unless it's defending an innocent person. And when I would have been legal to do that, and the cop would, then you go, all I see is heroes. Then people understand it.
Yes. So, gosh, my train of thought just derailed on that one.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that happens.
No, I agree. But there are things that people are going to get away with because they're a legalized gang.
Yeah.
And what I don't understand, especially with police, is why they fight wearing body cams. Right? Like, you got police in the New York City Police Department has like $50 or $100 million every year set aside to settle abuse claims.
That's crazy.
Right?
They're prepared for it.
Right. They put aside this huge amount of money. And then you get these cops, the police union, that are like, our guys don't need to be wearing no body cams.
Wow.
Why the hell not?
Yeah.
I mean, all that's going to do is exonerate you, or it's going to prove that you're a dipshit.
Yep.
Right? And I mean, the Cedar Rapids police, I mean, you've heard of the Citizen Oak Review Board or whatever it is?
I want to sign off. I got 1% more on my battery. Peace and love to y'all.